I'm not really feeling like a mic tonight. Not really feeling like wearing my headset tonight. So tonight we're gonna go without a mic. Let's fix this thing's tilt. Alright, so today we have a couple things to talk about. I watched the latest episode of Beast Games. We also have our usual suspects. The Boys, Arcane, and Secret Level. Talk about those in due time. Let's see if that guy wants to show up, because, you know, Beast Games and The Boys. I know he's not going to turn that down, unless he does. When do you guys think Shiny Latias will show up? I'm hoping it doesn't take double-digit streams again, but you never know. Well, no shinies today. Nothing in Pokemon Go. No second Hisuian Zorua just yet. I'm about halfway into another sandwich. I started a sandwich early tonight. I have 16 and a half minutes on my sandwich, and then I'll make another one. I tell you, it was not easy getting all these shows watched for today. Considering, you know, the fact that I had to be at work. These are a lot of shows, a lot of time to invest. And then, of course, you add in another show on top of the 3 I'm already watching. Being a new episode of Beast Games. Well, it's a lot of time to set aside. This was like an hour-long episode of Beast Games, an hour-long episode of The Boys, and then Arcane was like 40-something minutes. Plus today's episode of Secret Level being like 11 minutes. Let's just round it up to a clean hour altogether. That's like 3 hours to set aside just to watch shows. So, you know, it's a lot of time. So it was not easy to get all of this watched for today. So, today, January 20th, today was Donald Trump's second inauguration into the presidency. Everyone was watching. I was watching. I heard him throw shade at Biden's government. That was pretty funny. The fact that Biden was sitting right there behind him, throwing shade at, his leadership and his work. That was pretty funny. And he, during his inauguration speech, he also made a comment about, sending ships, not ships, sending rocket ships up and getting to Mars. Which, given his friendship with Elon Musk. Though I highly doubt within the next 4 years of the second Trump presidency, we will actually send a single person to the planet Mars. Hey, I'll be happily proven wrong. But I highly doubt it. Everyone, including a couple of my family members, were commenting on why Trump decided to move his inauguration speech and ceremony indoors into the Washington Capitol, I think. He said that it was because of the cold, because of the bone-chilling temperatures outside. But I think it's safe to say, it was just for his protection, so that there wouldn't be another assassination attempt. Today, up here in Canada, in the Toronto area, it was -10. Then again, I could have that wrong. It was really cold today. And then, him saying it's too cold to hold a ceremony outdoors in Washington, D.C. It's like, are you serious? And I tell you, today was really cold, too. You know how hard it is to drive a car when your fingers are cold, and so is the steering wheel? What am I seeing here? I'm seeing a picture a friend of mine sent. Clearly it's fake, it's a meme, but it's still funny nonetheless. A screenshot. Kamala Harris's Twitter. I already told my husband, on January 20th, 2025, he will sleep with the next president of the United States. Is that real? There's no way that's real. Obviously, vice president, and at the time, running president, or, the person running for the presidency, no way the person would tweet that. Because in this picture, it says that tweet was posted November 3rd. So, yeah, that has to be fake. So anyways, something I forgot to mention last time. So today being the 20th, I believe this would have happened 2 days ago, on the 18th. So 2 days ago, January 18th, the family friend of ours, well, they gave birth to their second daughter. What's funny is the fact that the second daughter was born on the exact same day as the first daughter. So, my friend's 2 daughters share the same birthday. Ain't that crazy? That stuff actually happens in real life. It's not just Good Luck Charlie. So yeah, congrats to him, congrats to my friend's second daughter. It's kind of crazy, though, both born on the exact same day. I shared this with my friends, and they said, wow, they had sex on the exact same day. And, if you know what that means, then you know. And I was just thinking, like, well, all of our parents individually, collectively decided to have sex on, in the same year. Well, except for you, because, you were born in December. So it's like pretty funny, the fact that both his kids are born on the same day. Hey, that makes it much easier to remember the birthdays at least. And well, statistically, someone out there is going to get that to be, a staple in their life, that is sharing a birthday with their siblings. That's not something I ever have to deal with. Sharing a birthday with my sister. And you know how rare it is to actually share a birthday with your sibling? That is extremely rare. I can't even say you have a 1 in 365 chance to share the same birthday, because it all depends on when the conception was, right? Well, welcome her to the... What? I almost said to the new world. Welcome her to the world. Which, does that ever hit anyone else? Does that ever hit anyone else, that the fact that you were born into this world? Because it hits me from time to time. The fact that, yes, you, talk about me right now, I was indeed born into this world. I was born into this world, and one day I will leave this world. One day I will die, and then that's it. I'm gone for forever. For eternity. For the rest of time. For the rest of existence. That will be it. I'm gone. I was miraculously born, and then one day, whether I like it or not, it will happen. I will die. And that will be it. That will be it for me. Forever. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't remember the context behind it. At one point, my sister told me, don't think about how long you'll be dead for. And that sentence stuck with me. Because if you really think about it, it's quite scary. When you really think about how long you'll be dead for, well, forever. There is no coming back. Your death, my death, will outlast, the entire universe. One day, the heat death of the universe will happen, and I will still be gone. We will all still be gone. Unless we're really banking on the idea that the cycle of the universe, the lifespan of the universe, really is just one closed loop. The Big Bang happens, the universe exists for several eons. The heat death of the universe happens, nothing. And then, from that empty void, once again, another Big Bang happens, another universe is born, and then, we just end up back in the same place. But are we really banking on that? And if so, doesn't that mean we're doomed to repeat the same things? Are we scripted to do and say the exact same things? So I gotta deal with all the stupid stuff I dealt with, or all the stupid stuff I did in life again? I won't have any power to change it or do better? Anyways, yeah, has anyone ever pondered the idea that you were indeed born? Because I do, from time to time. And there goes the music. Please don't stop the music. That is an old song. I'm trying to think of what music to play. I'm really trying to think. I can't think of any song to play. Music. What kind of music can I play? Oops. Instead of mob, I typed mod. So I've decided on a couple other hunts I want to do after I'm done all these Hisuian forms. And once again, they're going into everyone's favorite game, BDSP. Why? Because, well, why the hell not? Say what you want about the game. I think the 3D models for the Pokemon in that game actually look pretty good. They look quite polished, I'll be honest. They're not as detailed as Scarlet and Violet, and they're not as, generic as Sword and Shield. They don't look that bad. They look bright, vibrant, clean. They don't look that bad. So aside from the female Feebas I'm going to be hunting, I also want to hunt for a Skorupi, because why not? It has like one of the most vibrant red shinies out there. So why not? And then I thought, vibrant red shinies. Have I hunted Gyarados in it yet? I don't think I have. I checked. No, I did not. So I'm gonna go for a Gyarados in BDSP as well. There are other, like, you know, somewhat red shinies I could go for, like Sand Slash. It's like, I'll think about it. Alright, that guy said he's working. Well, actually, let's see what he says. Well, he said he'll watch in like 30 minutes. So I guess I'll wait for the show's discussion until he shows up. Because, you know, what's the fun in talking about shows when no one listens? I mean, that's basically what I do all the time, but still. You know that Oshinoko video I linked down below last time? I sent it to him, and I really don't believe he watched it. He said he did, I really don't think he did. I'm like, yo, watch this. It's a good breakdown of the first 2 seasons, and it's pretty funny. You know, if only the guy who recommended the goddamn show to me actually stuck through and kept watching it. I suppose now's a good chance for me to check my email. Now, you know me, I hate checking my email. The only reason I'm doing so is to, you know, get a update on my my package shipping. My package shipment. Aside from this, yeah, I will never check my emails. I hate checking my emails with a passion. I absolutely despise checking my email. It actually looks like I haven't gotten any emails since, the 30th of December? Yep. Huh. Let's see. This? Notice how this one's slightly different. This one is the re-release version. Damn, I really want to play this game again, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. I think I like the original better. Oh yeah, have you guys seen the trailer for Night Bitch? Wasn't that a character in the Kick-Ass movies? Anyways, hold on, let me see. Night Bitch. Wait a second, this came out last year? Why am I only now seeing commercials and ads for it? Oh, it came out December 6th. So, not even a... Wait, yeah. Just about a month and a half to 2 months ago. I have no clue what this what this trailer is or what this movie is. And I gotta say, Amy Adams has not aged great. I'm sorry. Like, she does not look like she's been aging gracefully, I will say that. So, yeah. I think the youngest I've seen her is in Smallville. What else can I listen to? Have you guys seen how difficult it's been to get the, what is it, Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon card sets lately? Now, I, for one, don't care, because I don't buy Pokemon cards anymore. But, like, damn. People getting into fights at Costco for them. I know I briefly talked about it before. It's like, damn, all that over, you know, cardboard? Ooh, that's right. Sonic 3 comes out on Digito tomorrow. Right? Let me double check. Yep, comes out tomorrow. Sweet, so I'll watch Sonic 3 within the next couple of days. Again, I am so sad I didn't get a chance to go to the theater to watch it. But it is what it is. I really can't think of anything. Oh my god, this channel got recommended to me. Zach Scott Games. Does this dude still do Plants vs. Zombies? He does! Yesterday, holy moly, yesterday posted number 1191. And amazingly enough, people actually still watch this game. Because number 1191 has 9.4 thousand views. Like, wow. I wonder when he'll ever stop playing the game. I'm not asking him to. Like, it's not, I'm not ripping on him. I'm just saying, like, well, the game's been out for a decade, and he still plays it actively. It's like, when is he, when is it time to call it quits, right? But, I mean, if it's paying the bills, then why stop, right? Whoa, hold on a second. What am I seeing here? Diary of an Empty Man? That's a joke, right? I think that's a joke. I don't know, I can't think of anything. Oh yeah, you know what I'm meaning to say about the Nintendo Switch 2? It seems like, you know, for everyone like me who's been playing on the original console, it seems like we're about to enter uncharted territory in terms of, like, game save data. Because literally every other time, every other case in the past, all of the game's save data, all of your game progress is in the cartridge. So, like, you know, you take out the 3DS game, you put it into another 3DS, all your save data is still there. Not this time. For, like, the first time in, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, for the first time in Nintendo history, the data, your save data, all your progress in the game, is in the console, not the cartridge. So, like, you know, if I want to, say, move all my Pokemon games, all my Nintendo Switch Pokemon game save data to the Switch 2, yes, I know, there's this convoluted method of, like, you know, save data, cloud storage, but, you know, Pokemon games, it doesn't support Pokemon games. So I'm kind of screwed at that point. All my Nintendo Switch Pokemon save data is locked into the Switch 1. I feel like we as a fan base completely forgot the fact that, you know, Pokemon does not support cloud save data, but literally damn near all other Nintendo Switch games do. So it's like, what the fuck, right? So literally all our Pokemon progress is saved on our console, on this console, and unless there's some sort of update, that's the case forever. So God forbid your Nintendo Switch ever dies one day, just from natural wear and tear. I think Pokemon Home will be a different story. You can probably just log into the same account, and everything you have will still be there. But like, what about the games? The game progress, all the game save data, all that's stuck on the console, and you can't move it to another console. Who do you think is making those vocal sounds in this theme? And like, in universe, what's the meaning, right? How about I put this on?
Yeah.
Well, I got 3 minutes left on my sandwich, and then I'll begin hatching more Zoro eggs on the side. You know, Zoro eggs take a little bit longer to hatch than Sneasel's did. Whoops. If you heard that, I'm just looking at, like, you know, PM7's channel. Oh, look at this. Chugga Conroy has been playing Bowser's Inside Story. I didn't know that. Wow, was that boss that early into the game? That blooper statue with the pipes, that was part 4 of his playthrough. That's part 4 of his LP. Was that boss that early in the game? It almost seems like I didn't make it far at all into this game. Alright, let's see how many eggs I have from that. I have 6 boxes, minus 1. What is that, 179? Wait. I think so. So, you know how in Pokemon Go you can raid for certain mythicals? Certain mythicals like Genesect, Deoxys, Darkrai. I wonder what makes them so special that they're allowed to be in 5-star raids. Some other mythicals make sense why they would not be in 5-star raids, like Mew, Jirachi, Celebi. You know, certain mythicals still have not yet been released into Pokemon Go. We still don't have Manaphy, Fion, Arceus in Pokemon Go. Well, if this guy doesn't show up soon, I'll just start talking about the episodes, because we're already an hour in, basically. Oops. Alright, let's see. What other music can I put on as I get ready to talk about these shows? Finally, an hour into this. Alright, well, I'm just gonna start talking about these shows. So, up first, we got Beast Games. Let's see, so we follow up on the end of the last episode. We find out who won the island this time, and sure enough, it was indeed that lady who won it. You know, the person who I wanted the least to win, but hey, she won it fair and square, so, you know, she earned it. Shiny at 11:12, we shall see. That's like 45 minutes from now. Well, more like 41. So, yeah, that lady did indeed win the island and got to continue to compete for the 5 mil. So, now the challenge... Well, actually, I think they were down to, like, what, 50, 52 contestants now? So, this time, the challenge was split off into 3. And you, the player, had to decide which group you were going to go into, which category. Were you going to go into brains, bronze, or chance? So you can pick. Do you want to continue competing by, you know, testing your brains, your bronze, or leave it all up to chance? Wait, is that right? Is that how it started? Wait, how did it start? There was something else that happened. Wait, what happened? I don't even remember now. Because at first, Mr. Beast eliminated half of the contestants. Wait, how'd he do that again? Why am I blanking on this? I feel like something happened that I'm forgetting. Actually, no. Now I'm thinking about it, I don't think so. Oh, I don't remember anymore. So anyways, yeah, you go into 3 different categories. Brains, bronze, or chance. Now, me personally, if I was there... Oh, there wasn't anything? Okay, I'm just misremembering. Me personally, I would have probably gone for chance. Cause ain't no way my fat ass doing strength, and even more no way is my dumb ass doing brains. So, more than likely, if I was there, I would have taken chance. However, now that I've seen the episode, and I know what entails, I don't know, I may have a chance with brawn, with strength. That is, if I could get past the push-ups, right? Because, let's face it, my fat ass, I cannot do push-ups. I was able to do push-ups like once in high school gym, but that's it. And let me tell you, high school gym was a long time ago. I've gained a lot of weight since then. I haven't really gained much height, but in terms of weight, you know, I may have like gained some height horizontally, not vertically. Alright, so in this episode, well, Mr. Breast went back and forth between the 3 different categories, which I guess, for attention, to retain attention spans for certain people out there. Because had he structured it as, let's do all brains in a row, all bronze in a row, and then just chance, Yeah, let's face it, that would not have been as great pacing. So up first, we did the introduction to the brawn. So, yeah, push-ups. And whoever did the most is like team captain. And because an odd number of contestants were there, so the top 2 people who did the most push-ups, they get to pick. They take turns picking for their team, so it's like, damn. I know for... I don't want to say for a fact, but a decent chance I probably would have been out there, because, let's face it, we all know that one person during, school gym who was picked last for the teams, and I was that person. Nobody wanted me on their teams, ever. I was always one of, if not the last person picked for the teams. And at that point, when it was me being picked, it was just a process of elimination. It's like, alright, you're last, I suppose I'll have to take you. I don't really want you, but I have no choice, you're part of our team. So yeah, if I got past the push-ups and was actually chosen for the team, I may have a chance. Because I would probably sit out on the other 2. So for the bronze, there were 3 challenges. And I gotta say, so far throughout the show, I have not seen anything really lawsuit worthy just yet. I can maybe see why someone might sue over this. Because who knows how much strain you put on your body when trying to pull a monster truck, right? So it's like, who knows if anyone got any injuries from that? Who knows if someone severely pulled a muscle? So yeah, so far, I have not seen anything really lawsuit-worthy until now, where I can potentially see, like, okay, if someone really wants to stretch it, I guess someone could sue over this, but whatever. Then again, the teaser for the next episode did look pretty intense. So yeah, the first challenge for the strength category, which I gotta say is like that, damn, that's kind of unfair. The strength, the bronze, people who chose to go for brawn, they got 3 challenges compared to the other 2. It's like, damn, that kind of seems unfair. So anyways, yeah. The 2 teams, they need to pull monster trucks over a finish line, and they had a speed bump to get over. Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever seen a monster truck? You know how big them shits are? How heavy they are? Picture the weight of a car and multiply that by like at least 3. So I feel like if I was there, I could at least contribute to pulling the monster truck. However, it's the next 2 that I know very well. I have no choice but to sit this out. I need to let, someone bigger and more fit than me take over. So, pulling the monster truck was one of 3. Second of 3 was a race, in a way. It was kind of like track and field. More so the track portion, where there are flags on the field. 2 people need to run, and whoever claim it first, first to claim 5 out of 8 flags wins. Yeah, let's face it, if I had no choice but to participate, let me run the shortest distance. And even then, I don't think I would have a chance. The people on the other team are like, hey, they're bringing their fat guy out for the first flag. I think we got the first one covered at least. And then the third one, for the brawn one, which once again, I have no choice but to sit out if I was there. You have to, dead hang for as long as you can. Try to outlast the other team's contestant. So you get lifted up into like 40 feet in the air, I think that's what he said. And you just have to, with your forearm strength, hang there. Try to out-hang the other person. Yeah, I got no forearm strength, so do not let me do that. And gee, what a surprise. Once again, they cut the episode before we find out who won. But oh no, that was only the bronze section. We also have the brains one as well. And oh my god, I got PTSD the moment I saw it. Once again, no way my stupid ass would have chosen brains. Because what they did first was they wrote a test. How evil of Mr. Beast, literally sitting them down onto a desk, giving them a sheet of paper, several sheets of paper, and it's like, alright, write this test in 15 minutes. It's giving me nightmarish flashbacks to my college exams, my high school tests. Yeah, let's face it, if I was there, I probably would have scored the lowest score. And then, you know, once again, odd number of players needs to be an even number. Whoever got the lowest score was eliminated. That probably would have been me. So, you know, they're lined up from least score on the test to the highest score. From highest score to down, they get to pick one person to compete with, Family Feud style, for trivia. Yeah, I would have been screwed here, absolutely. Even if I had picked one of the categories, which was like, you know, television, the question asked was like, who did Betty White play on The Golden Girls? I would not know. I have not seen The Golden Girls. Some of the categories were like sports, which I know nothing of. Animals, which like my knowledge is mostly delegated to just dogs. And what was it? Random? Something like that? Random? Or no, it was wild card. So it could have been asked about anything. Yeah, I would have been screwed. Thing is though, like, question 1, use the Pythagorean theorem to solve this triangle. I think that would have been on the written test instead of trivia. Oh, unless you meant... Never mind. And then question 2, solve this rocket science algorithm or formula. I would have loved to see the questions that were on that paper. Though I understand why they didn't show what the actual questions were. You know, if the questions were, say, very simple, basic mathematics, and someone did the worst, he'll be clowned on for, you know, not having common mathematical sense. So it's like, I can understand why he didn't want to disclose the kind of questions on it. But still, it would have been nice to see, you know? Let's say if I were there and I had those questions in front of me, how would I have done? I just hatched 3 female Zoroas in a row. It's like 1 in 8 to get a female. And I just hatched 3 in a row. Anyways. So yeah, we finally got to see some justice enacted. Remember, I think it was like episode 3, the cubes? Where 3 people were in there and only 2 were coming out? Well, during that episode, 2 brothers concocted a plan to get the third person to cuff herself, so the 2 brothers can move forward and have, you know, still have twice the chance at winning the good old 5 mil. Well, both brothers had lost in this round. Man, the second brother really had the nerve to give the dude a death stare. He felt like he was personally attacked. So the guy who, you know, confronted the other brother trying to take them both down, Mr. Beast gave him an offer. Take what, 50,000? And do best 2 out of 3? Even I was thinking, hell no, don't take that. And thankfully he didn't. And, well, that was basically it for the brains section. For the chance, this one, well, as the name says, it really is all up to chance. So 16 players chose to take the chance option. And my god, it really was all up to chance. First, Mr. Beast spun a wheel. The wheel had like 0 to 16, so if it lands on 0, everybody gets to keep on going. Everyone gets to keep trying for the 5 mil. If it lands on 16, well, we don't need to play any games. Everyone's eliminated. So when he spun the wheel, I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought it was going to 16 because it just kept on spinning. But instead it rolled a little back and it landed on 12. So 12 out of 16 players were going to be eliminated. And then they stand on these platforms that were predetermined before the game. So you stand on them and you don't know if you've lost. So it's all up to chance. I tell ya, if I was there in person, I would have chosen chance, and, well, the chances were very much against my favor, if I was there. Miraculously enough, the lady who won the damn island is still in the game. She actually won the game of chance. So I was like, hey, maybe she might actually have a chance, a shot. She already won the freaking island, let's see her go all the way. I may not like her that much, but hey, that'd be quite the victory story. You won the island and the grand prize. Well, that's pretty much it for the episode. She actually works with Mr. Beast. Did I miss anything about the episode? What about the hanging portion? I already discussed that. You know, both teams had to pick one person to just hang there. Well, on the orange team, this guy seems like he unintentionally sabotaged his whole team. I already talked about capture the flag. There's nothing really to talk about. They just run and capture the flag. There's nothing for me to talk about there. And I gotta say, every single time, you've heard me say this before, every single goddamn time, every time there's no color red, it's always replaced by either pink or orange or both. Whenever you see the absence of red, it's always replaced by either pink or orange. And that's exactly the case here. You know, there were no red and blue team. There was no red team flat out. Instead, it was pink versus orange team. I don't understand why it's universally just a norm to replace the color red with either pink or orange. Whenever you see a group of colors and there's no color red, more than likely, there's either orange or pink. Yet, for some reason, you know, we feel the need to have two different blues. Just look at the rainbow. We have blue and indigo as if they're not the same color. One just being darker. We have two blue Chaos Emeralds, don't we? Alright, let's see, what else can I play? Coconut Mall. How did this even go again? Alright, so that's basically the rundown for Beast Games. What was this, episode 6? Episode 7? I think it was 6. I lost count. Let's talk about the boys, shall we? Actually, before that, I did want to mention one thing. Not really relating to the boys, but just saying like, well, I've been thinking about what shows to watch after I'm done. You know, done The Boys Season 2. Do I really want to start Season 3 right away, or do I want to, like, you know, take a break? Do I want to, say, go back to a different show whose Season 2 I have yet to watch? Because I'm thinking, once I'm done The Boys, once I'm done Arcane, and once I'm done Secret Level, there's only so many more shows down the pipeline I want to watch. You know, I still got shows like Dead Boy Detectives and Edge of Sleep to watch, but like nobody cares about those shows. Sorry, Markiplier. Like nobody really cares about those shows. So like, what will be the main show I watch? If, you know, if not The Boys Season 3. Well, maybe after The Boys Season 2, it really is time for me to go back and, you know, finally give From Season 2 a shot. And then I realized, wait a second, we have 2 other animated shows coming up rather soon. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Invincible Season 3. However, it turns out that Spider-Man's episode release is pretty, bad. Because it seems like all the woke producers behind the scenes realize, oh man, we created garbage. We just need to get it out there. Because if I'm not mistaken, I heard online, the first 2 episodes are going to release. And then every week following, it's going to be like 2 or 3 episodes release. So the entire show is going to release within just 1 month. Wow, congrats guys, good job. Why you so desperate to release everything all at once? Is it because you're afraid of backlash? Is it because if you release it, you know, week by week, that'll simply just prolong and extend the amount of backlash and hatred you're going to receive? Better to just release it all at once and get it over with? I wonder why. Fucking woke mind virus. Anyway, so yeah. And also the fact that I have 3 freaking seasons of Daredevil to rewatch before Daredevil Born Again in March. And let's say real quick, I watch 1 episode a day. 3 seasons, actually, how many episodes does season 3 have? Did it have 10 or 13? Wait a second, let me look that up. Because seasons 1 and 2 each had 13 episodes. If I do 1 a day, that's 26 days. That's a month. Wait, let me see. How many episodes did Daredevil Season 3 have? I think it may have been 13 as well. Yeah, it was 13. So if I watch 1 episode a day, that's 39 days. 39 days, and then plus Defenders with 6 episodes. That'd be 45. That's a month and a half. Even if I start right now, that's not enough time for me to watch 1 episode per day in time for Daredevil Born Again to release on March 4th. So, like, yeah, I kind of need to get on that. So, and you don't need me to talk about Daredevil, right? We've all seen the shows, at least those of us cultured have seen this goated TV show. So yeah, like, I may not talk about every episode because we've all seen it already. However, that's still an hour a day. That's a lot of time to set aside. And remember, I don't really remember Season 3. I've only seen Season 3 once. So I don't really remember that much about it. I guess I don't have enough time to rewatch Punisher, both seasons. But that's okay, I'm watching for Daredevil, not Punisher. So I'm thinking, after all that nonsense, I'm thinking, like, what are the shows I'm gonna watch after this? After I'm done The Boys Season 2, after I'm done Arcane. Like, do I jump into Arcane Season 2 right away? I think I'll actually head back, and I'll watch from Season 2. Let me tell you, that shit better bang, or I'm quitting this goddamn show. Alright, after all that nonsense, let's actually talk about The Boys. After a swig of water. Alright, so this would be The Boys Season 2, Episode 5. How many Happy Meals did you buy, by the way? Did it start? Are the Pokemon cards back in McDonald's already? Did it start? Great, now you've distracted me. I need to look this up. It's over already? McDonald's and Dodds Season 3? Oh, it's just McDonald. Wait. No, it says here, Pokemon cards are returning to McDonald's in the US from January 21st to February 24th. Damn, that's a long time. And once again, no news of it for Canada, because, you know, nobody cares about Canada. Nobody cares about Canada to give us an update. Alright, what else can I listen to? You know, while I think of what music to play, let me repeat what I said last time, just because this guy's finally here for him to actually hear what I had to say. Those people from Costco and lining up at the McDonald's for their Pokemon cards. So So far, why am I seeing a Poor Amy short? Sonic the Hedgehog. So, last time I mentioned my, I don't want to say disappointment with the boys, but you know, I am underwhelmed, let's say that. Simply because even before watching the show, I was warned that there might be some gory moments that would be too much for me. And so far, what I've seen, it's just like, it's not that bad. I've seen worse. In fact, I've seen much worse. So it's like, where's all the gore and violence I was promised that would be way too much for me? He knew exactly. Season 4, episode 6. I shall see. Because season 4 is when Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it, so, will he Negan someone again? Let's see. Just that one episode, huh? Because I said last time, too, the most gory, squeamish moment so far, like the moment that made me actually uncomfortable so far, was the moment where it was showing Becca giving birth, just pools of blood gushing out, the baby clawing its way out of her belly. Yeah, what a terrible way to die. And then it turns out that wasn't even real. Turns out that was just fabrication. So far, I have not seen anything that really made me, almost want to throw up. So it's like, damn, pretty underwhelmed, not gonna lie. I was warned. I was warned beforehand, yo, man, there might be moments in the show that are too much for you. I'm just like, are you serious? You've known what kind of shows I've seen. Are you serious? So, we shall see. When I get to season 4, episode 6, we shall see. Is that the Hero-gasm episode I heard about? I am aware of one episode being titled that, though I don't know which episode yet. There's only a handful of Walking Dead deaths that actually make me, want to throw up. Actually, it is so gruesome, so violent. It is borderline really hard to watch. Noah's death being, the top of the list. And then that douchebag U.S. Army character in, Fear the Walking Dead. I think it was, season 2? Or season 3, where he gets pulled into the wall. Oh my goodness, that was so... Yeah, that was really, that was really hard to watch. I will say, though, in this episode of The Boys, I did see probably one of the more gory moments, but it's it was so fast. It happened so fast, it didn't even give us a chance to actually let it sink in. So it's it happened so fast, it didn't give us any moment to dwell on it. If you can watch that episode we are all talking about without feeling uncomfortable, you're actually a different breed. Also, boutique for the song? What the fuck is boutique? Because I can't play no copyright stuff, right? Boutique song. All I see here is boutique official music video. Rajveer Jawanda. Songs 2019. I don't know. Is this what you want me to play? Oh, XY. X and Y boutique. I just put boutique song and it just showed this Indian guy. Oh, is that where the song came from? Yeah, I did not remember the name of this song for a very long time. Man, I've heard this song in the background of so many videos for so many years. I completely forgot the name of it, so I was never able to look it up. I don't really remember hearing this in X and Y. Anyways, let's talk about this goddamn boys episode. Add it to your playlist? What playlist? As if I have a YouTube playlist. As usual, a couple things happened in this episode. Butcher is reeling from the fact that Becca doesn't want to go with him and leave her son behind. So Butcher is quote-unquote ready to retire. So in getting ready to, disappear, go off the grid, he answers Huey's phone call one last time. And it almost seems like was Butcher in the Shoppers Drug Mart? Did they film it in a Shoppers Drug Mart? Because that's exactly what it looked like. So, yeah, during their phone call, Huey hears a squeaky toy sound in the background. And, he's worried about his friend Butcher, so he tells MM, like, that was a weird phone call. That was a weird phone call. Butcher was nice to me. And that gets MM worried as well. Tell me exactly what he said. What do you mean he was nice to you? That is absolutely blasphemous. I think I'll just talk one storyline at a time. So, yeah, so Butcher goes to his aunt's place, trying to go there first. And hey, his dog is there. His dog is still alive. So, great. We saw his dog in, like, the 8-year prior flashback. So, we didn't know what happened to his dog. Thankfully, his dog is still alive. And I was so afraid by the end of the episode that we're gonna kill his dog. Thankfully, they did not. Because, it's hard to say with these kind of shows. They introduce an animal companion only to tear your heart out, break your heart, by killing the animal at the end of the episode. The Walking Dead just loves doing that when it comes to horses. So, Huey and MM show up, because they miraculously knew where he was going. All thanks to that squeaky toy sound in the background. Because MM knows that Butcher buys dog toys for his dog, who is at his aunt's place. It's also revealed that Butcher had a younger brother, though we don't learn exactly what happened to him. All we learn is, his little brother was his quote-unquote canary. Looked and acted a lot like Huey, but, his brother died prior, and we don't learn the reason why. Well, actually, Black Noir is on their ass. I gotta say, Black Noir, yeah, he's intimidating. He is scary. Black Noir, man, if I ever see Black Noir in real life, I may as well just accept that I am going to hell that day. That will be my last day on Earth. I encounter Black Noir in real life, well, may as well just get on my knees and just embrace death. So, as Butcher was getting ready to leave, he actually, in the rear view mirror of the car, sees Black Noir on the rooftop of the house across from him. And they realize, well, we're screwed. Black Noir, there's no escaping him. Because turns out that MM just nonchalantly mentions he can run faster than a car. He's not A-train speed, but, that's still quite the stamina. So they go into the underground, like, basement, quote-unquote, safe room, which is just a meth lab. Turns out Butcher's aunt is a dealer. Wow, our looks deceiving. Well, in order to distract or prolong Black Noir's attack, he won't do it with a public crowd, so they call the fire department, saying like, hey, there's a potential gas leak here. You need to evacuate the neighborhood. Thus making Black Noir not able to operate, aka just kill a person in plain sight. So, once the fire department leaves, Black Noir wastes no time in completely torching the house, smoking them out essentially. I was really afraid Black Noir was gonna kill the dog. Thankfully, he did not. While Black Noir easily takes down Butcher, Huey, Mother's Milk. Though Butcher has a card up his sleeve. He has a trump card of himself. What? Of his own. Like, I know your secret. I know you have a Vought soup child that you and Vought probably spent who knows how much money to hide. If those documents go out, everyone in the world will know that Homelander is just a rapist. And no, Vought cannot have that. So Stan, looking out of the body cam that Black Noir has, makes a deal. Those documents never see the light of day and Black Noir gets called off. Well, by the end of the episode, Butcher rejoins the team. Well, that's it for that storyline. We get the Vought storyline. First of all, we actually open the episode with this moment that actually made me laugh harder than, the previous episode with A-Train and Fat Kids. So, the episode opens up with the Seven filming a movie, and now that Maeve has been outed as gay, oh yeah, there's a lot of woke writing in this episode. Sure, it's still jabs at woke Hollywood, but it's woke nonetheless, Don't forget what year, what era this show came out in. So yeah, it's like on the nose script writing for the in-universe movie being filmed. Maeve and this other character is like, I'm just you. I'm just like you. 'Cause I'm gay. That audibly made me laugh. It's like, holy shit, it is so on the nose. So yeah, they're trying to film this movie. Later on, there's this shot. There's a shot that they filmed for the movie where, the three women of Vought. You have Starlight, Stormfront, and Queen Maeve all posing together like girls get it done. Oh my god, it's terrible. It's awful. And you already know movies actually exist like that. They're poking jabs at woke writing, but these moments in the show are woke nonetheless. Well, we actually see, well, at least I finally see the context behind Homelander wanting to completely laser beam and mow down an entire crowd. I've seen that clip online before, but I've never seen the context around it. Why Homelander not only did that, but, wanted to do that. Because it didn't actually happen. So, footage has made its way onto the internet of Homelander stopping a soup terrorist, and then a casualty. A casualty dies. So everyone's mad. Like, does Homelander only care about American lives? Are the lives of citizens in other countries meaningless to Homelander? Homelander tries to quell the crowd on his own, and it ends terribly. You know, he fantasizes about just completely mowing down the crowd. But thankfully, he doesn't. And, you know, Homelander has a complete breakdown over it. How he's no longer popular. So what does he do? He actually goes to Stormfront, who is actually more tech-savvy and more hip with the times, to try to stir it up online, like, hey, there were a bunch of, like, bad Homelander memes. How about we throw in a couple good ones? Make people feel much better about Homelander online. Throughout the episode, there's also these uncomfortable moments with you know, Starlight. Now that she knows Stormfront's true identity and her true nature, she's very uncomfortable around her now, very suspicious of her, watching her every action. And Stormfront, she picks up on it. It's like, why do you keep staring at me? You know? What else happened here? There was also moments where A-Train refused to say the ultra cringe script written for him for the movie, to basically send him off. You know, since A-Train has been basically booted from the 7, they need to put it into, like, film that he is leaving. And he doesn't want to say that cringe dialogue that was written for him. What was funny, though, during the filming for that scene, it was a body double for Homelander. It wasn't even Anthony Starr playing Homelander in that scene. Because, you know, they needed an extra. They needed a body double. A stunt double. Well, we also briefly follow up with The Deep, his storyline, which, I'm not gonna lie, sucks. The storyline with The Deep is absolutely terrible. Like, we don't care about him. The storyline for him is so disconnected. Every time he shows up on screen, it's just like, ugh, I don't want to watch you. I would rather watch any other character besides you. Like, you're not even really a part of the main story. You have your own secluded storyline. It feels like it doesn't matter. It feels like it's just filler. So, this season so far, the storyline with The Deep, it just sucks. Anyway, so the DP is now quote-unquote married in order to try to get back into the 7. He is now truly converted into this, like, brotherhood of whatever, this, I don't know, this cult following. You know, him giving off the appearance of being married is like, hey, look, I know I did some bad stuff before, but I'm past that now. I've recognized my mistakes, I've moved past it, I've settled down, so I will no longer be doing that stuff now that I am a man of faith. Join this religion I've become a part of. That kind of stuff. Yeah, his storyline is terrible. In terms of Queen Maeve's story, you know, they even brought in Elena to be part of the shoot. And, well, Homelander just loves toying with them, even if he won't admit it himself. You know, because Homelander is relishing in the fact that, well, now that Maeve's secret is out there to the world, he can enjoy every moment of her suffering. I have to say also, before even watching the show, I expected Homelander to be much more unhinged than what I've been seeing. Yes, he's unhinged, but it's like I kind of expected more. I kind of expected him to be batshit crazy. So I kind of expected more from Homelander. Maybe his, you know, sanity descends throughout the seasons. We'll see. Unless I'm forgetting another storyline. Well, by the end of the episode, Homelander and Starlight hook up and they have very aggressive super sex. Borderline destroying the room while they're doing it. Like, you know, Stormfront is just as unhinged as he is. Not Starlight. Did I say Starlight? Whoops. If I said Starlight, I meant Stormfront. Whoops. Starlight and Homelander? Yo, poor Huey. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Huey about to kill Homelander himself. So yeah, Homelander and Stormfront have very aggressive super sex. And it's like, well, here's the moment that was truly just unhinged. You know, it's like, hurry up, just keep on lasering my tits. So Homelander just heat visions Stormfront's chest, leaving a severe scorch mark on her chest. It's like, yeah, that's hot. Yeah, that's sexy. Do more of it. Imagine though Homelander does that to Starlight like he did to Becca. What the fuck are you saying? Anyways, so yeah, it's like, wow. Pretty aggressive stuff there. Imagine these two as a power couple. Oh, the world will burn. At that point, if Homelander and Stormfront as a couple want to say just take over the world, at that point just surrender, just accept your new life as, you know, servants to these gods. At this point, you know, it's kind of like quote unquote resisting the Viltrumites. You're going to die. Sure, submission ain't much better, but, you know, you'll die. Did I forget anything about this episode? I wonder if we're ever gonna see Black Noir's face. I am very curious. I don't want to just, you know, look up the cast list and see who the stuntman is underneath the suit, because what's the fun in that? You know, part of the fun is to not associate a face to the character. You know, kind of like, in some instances, why the Joker purposely does not unmask Batman, like in the Harley Quinn show. You know, part of the fun was not knowing who's underneath the mask. Now I know Batman is just some billionaire rich boy with parental issues. Well, you might, but it's like, rough. Are you saying, I don't know, Black Noir is heavily scarred underneath and that's why he wears a mask? Gee, where have I heard that before? Alright, I think we have heard this boutique music for... Jesus, I've been listening to this for 20 minutes. heavily is that the right word? Heavily scarred, is that what you're saying? What about heavily burned? I don't know. Or do you want me to say severely? Is there anything else I missed? Oh yeah, the entire freaking storyline with Frenchie and Kimiko. I didn't even mention this about the last episode. Kimiko was about to risk it all. She was about to just attack Stormfront in a public crowd before Frenchie stopped her. This episode, Kimiko is just, moving around. Frenchie's just following her. And I almost forgot to mention this entirely. This is like the second most goriest moment I've seen yet in the show. So Kimiko just attacks these guys, completely just destroying them. She tears the face off of one of the guys. Is it bad if I say yes? This is the gore I was expecting from the show. However, my problem is it happened so fast. It was 2 seconds on screen and then it was just not on screen anymore. It's just you don't even hear the guy scream. You don't even hear the guy in pain or in agony. Nothing. It's I'd be literally screaming my face off, right? But nothing. Visually, it was very good, but everything else is damn. This is unrealistic. You know how much, you know just how much there would be if this were to really happen? So, and also, let me mention this real quick. Remember in From Season 1, where... Oh god, what was her name again? Holy shit, I don't even remember her name anymore. Why do I feel like calling her Judy? Donna! There it is. Had to look at the cast list for that. Remember in From Season 1, where Donna said those monsters tore off her sister's face? How hard would it have been to simply show it, huh? The boys did it with 2 seconds of footage. How hard would that have been? Then again, you know what the boys have that From doesn't? A budget. So yeah, it's the second goriest moment I've seen in the show. Kimiko just straight up ripping a guy's face off. No screaming, not really a lot of blood. Come on now. But whatever. Frenchie continues to follow Kimiko, and then it turns out she's actually working with, what's her name? The woman that is with Frenchie. So, in order to process her grief, she puts it into rage and does these hit jobs. Frenchie, genuinely being concerned for her, is this is not the way. This is poison for your soul. She does this sign language that nobody knows what she's saying. I don't know if we're supposed to have subtitles or not. At least when I watch it, there are none. So, at this point, Frenchie just completely gives up on her. Just fine. Fuck you. Do what you want. That's basically the storyline for these two. Ugh. Alright, there you go. There's The Boys. I only have 3 episodes left for Season 2. It's going to be a sad, sad day when, you know, The Boys season 5 is done airing, and so is basically the show. Because I'm pretty sure this show only has 5 seasons planned, and we're already done 4 seasons. Isn't it crazy to also think that, like, you know, this show has a lot of series regulars, and yet some of them just have not worked together? Isn't that crazy? Like, you have to remember, these are actors. These are people working. Like, they go on set and film day to day, and yet, despite working on the same project, despite doing the same job, some of them just don't ever work together. At least not from what I've seen yet. Because I have yet to see Butcher share a screen with, say, Maeve. So the two actors have not worked together yet, despite being on the same show. You know, it's kind of like on The Walking Dead. You never really realized Carol and Negan never shared screen time until frickin', what was it, season 10? Like, Negan was introduced end of season... Crap, what was it? Season 6. End of season 5, season 6. So, Negan's been on the show for like 4 seasons before he actually shared screen time and worked with Melissa McBride. Alright, give me a second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I just went to pee. Alright, now let's talk about Arcane real quick. Episode 5. And then we still got Secret Level to talk about. So we opened this episode up with a flashback. It was Grayson in some sort of shooting contest with, I believe, a young Caitlyn. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that was a young Caitlyn. You know, we flash back to a memory with Grayson just to remind us, aw, she's dead. So, Caitlyn has Vi released from prison, because she can do that now. Now that her friend Jace is a counselor, he actually has authority to release her from prison. Because, you know, she needs information on, like, Silco and whoever caused the explosion. She showed Vi, like, do you know anything about this? And she recognizes the symbols as Powder's signature. So, you know, Caitlin has Vi released from prison to help her. That's quite a bold gamble, I will say. Releasing a prisoner you know nothing about, just in the hopes that she will help you. You don't even know if she knows anything about your case. You know, not even any moment of pondering. Not even any moment of thinking, okay, do I want to release her? Could she be lying? No, she just releases a prison inmate immediately. Real smart there, Miss Enforcer. So, Vi leads Caitlin down to the Undercity. Small little detail I noticed is the fact that now Vi has a tattoo on her face for 6 in Roman numerals. You know, 6 would be V and I, kind of like her name, what she goes by, you know, Vi. I don't know if the number 6 has any relevance to her, but at least the visual details there. So yeah, Vi goes to the Undercity for the first time in, let's say, years. She completely pigs out on underground city food. She gets led more and more towards, you know, trying to find information. They go to this, like, love house kind of place where she has to tell Caitlin to blend in. So what will it be? Men or women? Well, she's at first uncomfortable talking to a guy, but then later on it looks like, well, she's not only comfortable, but she's actually enjoying talking to a woman. So it seems like Caitlin is gay. By the end of the episode, I swear to God, I can already predict. I'm already going to predict that Vi and Caitlin are actually going to become a couple. I'm already predicting that. I can see the seeds being planted already. Once again, remember what era this show came out in. Because, you know, God forbid anyone be straight in a story anymore. At first I thought they were setting up Jace and Caitlin. No, seems like that's not the case, given what else took place in this episode. So anyways, eventually... Oop. There's another bot in chat I must remove. Okay, so... yeah, Vi tracks down that one character. And then a remix of Enemy starts playing, which is actually the title of the episode. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Or everyone, something like that. What was the character's name again? The, you know, traitor. Savika. So she completely just goes fist to fist with Savika. You know, she's now powered by this shimmer compound V substance. But still, Vi gets the upper hand, at least for the most part. At least until she needs a helping hand from Caitlin shooting out the vial, almost like taking out Bane's tubes, feeding him that serum, that venom. And you know, the two bond over this. Actually, it's the first time in the episode Caitlin even tells Vi her name. This whole time, Vi has been calling her Cupcake because, you know, she's cute like a cupcake. I swear to God, these two, I can already see them as a couple. I can already see it. On the other side, you know, we have the story with Jace. Now that he's a council member, he wants to try to weed out the corruption that's within the government. Because remember in the first couple of episodes, that other enforcer by the name Marcus? Well, it turns out he's like a bigger character than I expected. Because he's back, looking absolutely nothing like he did for the first few episodes. I didn't even recognize him, to be honest. You know, because he's part of the corruption. He's a double agent. He's an enforcer, enforcing the law, and is also, you know, doing double time with Silco as well. So it's like, damn, once Jace finds out about the corruption and, you know, sniffs out Marcus, well, he's screwed. And so is Silco, his operation, the Undercity. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of politics took place in this episode, because Jace made these deals with a bunch of, like, investors or whatnot. I don't entirely understand what happened. But then, Jace actually hooks up and completely has full-on sex with Mel, another member of the council. I thought they were kind of teasing that, you know, she was into him, though I wasn't too sure. And isn't she much older than him? I could be wrong about that, though. Because, you know, Jace, he was just a student at the academy, while Mel was already on the goddamn council. So I would imagine she's a little bit older than he is. Not even a little. I would imagine she's quite older than him. Well, this is why I was, you know, my train of thought for Jace and Caitlyn being a couple completely shattered. Because now Jace seems like he's with Mel, and it seems like Caitlyn is gay. So, I even forgot to mention this detail in the last episode. The fact that Victor seems like he's sick. And that gets brought up back in this episode, where he's not only sick, his health is deteriorating quite rapidly. He keeps on coughing up blood. He keeps on working on another project of theirs. And, well, he collapses. He's in the hospital. Turns out he doesn't have much time left. Yikes. Silco, once again with Jinx. So Jinx actually is working on that thing, that machine, that weapon that's now being powered up by Jace's invention. You know, she keeps on seeing Milo and Clagger. She keeps on seeing her friends who she accidentally got killed. The grief is consuming her. So why'd I say Clagger? So Silco has this idea. So it turns out he did indeed tell Jinx about Vander. I was wondering about that. I was wondering, like, is he going to keep that a secret from her all these years, borderline betraying her? No, he was flat out honest with her. He just told everything to Jinx. Told everything to her, you know, how he was betrayed by Vander. They were once brothers. This is the spot that he almost drowned me. So he does the same for her. Not exactly on the aggressive side. He tells her, like, when I nearly drowned here, my weak self died and my new strong self was born. That needs to happen for you too. You need to almost drown here. You need to let Powder die and leave only Jinx left. And then once again, he gets uncomfortably close to Jinx. It's just like, brother, stop. It is so uncomfortable whenever you get that close to her. I swear to God. So anyways, basically, so throughout the episode, Vi learns that her sister's still out there. So she goes on the search for her, and then she learns that she's actually now working for Silco. So, ooh, the conflict is starting to build. End of the episode, Savika report back to Silco that, the sister is back and being a trouble. Being troublesome, being a problem. And that's basically where the episode ends. Did I miss anything? Alright, I think it's time to change up the music for the last little bit of this. Anything else I forgot to mention about this episode? Oh yeah, the beginning of the episode, Jinx actually goes back to, the place she and her sister and friends hung out at when they were young. Seeing how decrepit and fallen apart it is now. She now does the same punching thing that her sister did all those years ago. Only this time it's, full of rage for being abandoned. And also for, all the stuff that she unintentionally caused. I mean, hey, that was kind of neat. Sad, tragic, but, still cool to see. There's a lot of stories that they're completely leaving out. At least I hope we eventually see it. Kind of like, well, what took place during that time jump? How did Vi end up in prison? What did she get thrown in for? How was she caught? What about the storyline between Vander and Silco? What happened between them? Why did Vander betray Silco, trying to drown him? How did they meet? How close were they? What happened to them? There's a lot of storylines that they're just not telling yet. I hope it's told at some point. What about the events that led up to the opening scene to the first episode? That bloody war on the bridge. What happened to lead to that? We heard little hints of what led up to that, but we have not seen it yet. So, I don't know if we're ever actually going to. Alright, for the last little bit of this, let's talk about Secret Level. Episode 6. This was the episode I was waiting for. This was the episode I was most curious to watch. This was the Pac-Man episode. I was so curious to watch this, and let me just say, after watching this, if that new horror Pac-Man game is anything like this episode, I'm even more excited. They came up with something so outlandish for the IP of Pac-Man. I love it. I actually really like it. So this episode opens up with this alien guy being, born or ejected from a tube. He has no memory of who he is, where he is, what his purpose is. This yellow floating ball is following him and saying, you need to eat. Do you understand? By the way, make sure you watch Gen V after The Boys Season 3 before Season 4. Of course! Who the fuck do you think I am? You really think I wasn't going to do that? Man, please. So yeah, this episode of Secret Level, this golden ball follows this guy around, and I really have to question. This thing had a more feminine voice, so is it even Pac-Man anymore? You know? It's a Pac-Man horror episode. A Pac-Man horror, violent, dark storyline. Yet the quote-unquote Pac-Man character had a very feminine voice. So it's like, is it even Pac-Man anymore? Or, you know, was this Miss Pac-Man? Anyway, so yeah. So this thing, this yellow floating ball thing, keeps on telling him, he's basically in the episode referred to as the Chosen. Not even the Chosen One, just the Chosen. So I'll just call him that. So this yellow ball thing keeps on following the Chosen, keeps on telling him, you need to eat. Understand? You need to eat or be eaten. So that's basically the whole thing. He finds the sword. He finds the sword just sticking out of the ground. He pulls it out as if it was Excalibur. I was expecting to hear the Master Sword theme when he drew the blade. Which show am I talking about? It's called Secret Level. It's an anthology series on different video games. So episode 6, they put a twist on the IP of Pac-Man, a Pac-Man horror episode. Because, there's not really a lot of story you can really tell with Pac-Man. I watched a couple episodes of that 3D Pac-Man show. It was okay, though it's like not really for me to ever go back and finish it. So yeah, like he pulls the sword out of the ground as if it was Excalibur. I was almost expecting to hear the Master Sword theme. So now he's equipped with a sword. He just goes, killing monsters. You're gonna watch this? Right, just like you said you were gonna watch the Dee Dee movie. So he goes around killing a bunch of monsters, constantly eating them as well. Eat or be eaten. So, the more he kills, the more he eats, the more confidence he grows, the more leveling up he does, the stronger he becomes. And then he gets led to this, almost shrine place where this ginormous monster is guarding the door. He gets ready, he charges in, and he just gets pummeled immediately. He almost gets the same treatment as Loki did from the Hulk. So he's beaten up. He cannot do it. This monster is too big, too strong. He cannot fight and win. That's when this floating yellow ball following him opens its mouth, eats its way into his back very violently, very bloody, very painfully. Eats his way into his back, transforming him into a giant ghost Pac-Man monster, eating everything in its path, eating the giant that's blocking the path as if it was nothing. And then the Chosen realizes, it's you. I'm not chosen to, leave this great maze. It's you who are trapped here and trying to escape. So out of willpower, the Chosen stops this Pac-Man monster from escaping at the cost of his own life. But then this Pac-Man being is just strengthen repetition, thinking. This Pac-Man monster thinking, if it can do this enough times, it can escape. So it seems like this Pac-Man monster is the one responsible for all of these test tubes breeding whatever this being is, breeding whatever species the chosen is, and rinse and repeating the cycle. A new one gets born. This Pac-Man monster, you know, quote-unquote guides him. It's like, you need to eat. You must be hungry. All in a ploy to try to escape, using one of the quote-unquote chosen's body. It is sinister, it is dark, and I actually really like it. I want to see a full-on series about this. And I want to see this concept fleshed out more, the storyline fleshed out more. Too bad it is one episode. We're getting a Pac-Man horror game inspired by the show, the episode. Although I don't know if it's going to be directly connected. You know, they're gonna do... It's all original ideas, so they can do whatever they want. So yeah, I really hope to see that horror Pac-Man game kind of follow the episode layout, the episode plot we were given. Then again, it's not a lot for them to work with, right? So they can expand it however they want. Let me look it up real quick. That Pac-Man horror game. Do we have an expected release window yet? Whoops. So that was Secret Level Episode 6. The episode I was most curious to watch. So, right, the Pac-Man game is called Shadow Labyrinth. When? Let me see, from the image here, it kind of looks like... Yeah, it kind of looks like it's gonna follow the episode storyline, which I'm glad. Okay, so we don't have a release day yet. We don't even have a release window yet. It just says 2025. So at some point this year. I'm excited. I want to play it. I'm very curious. It looks like a 2D side-scroller, which is a bit of a shame. But whatever. Alright. Now that I've seen the episode I was most interested in watching, the Pac-Man episode, up next, the next most interested episode the next episode I'm most interested in would be the Mega Man one. And then, I want to see what that Concord episode be talking about. Alright, well, we're reaching 2.5 hours. I'm about to end this. Seems like no shiny tonight, sadly. Alright, this will be the last one. And no. Alright, I'm gonna call it here for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time for more Latiases. Okay, bye.